questions for you, Kathy. I see that you are a member of the PTA advisory board. I have two middle schoolers, and one of the issues that I have is, with some of the teachers and the parents not being notified or being involved in certain decisions that teachers are making, and also the issue of having long-term unqualified subs in classes who don't have a clue about geography. As a PTA member and representing the parents, are you active in advocating parents' involvement as far as school notifications and as far as having qualified teachers in the classrooms?
One of the things that I work on consistently is with the Clark County School District, trying to upgrade the quality of education in our community. And one of the things that they've implemented this year is a system called Parent Link. It has incredible notification capabilities that it can call or email a parent. I've gotten notifications about testing and absences and, pardon me?
Not quite emailing. I just had a meeting with my daughter's school today because and asked that question, why can't we have email notifications instead of sending paperwork home with the students, which is a waste of money and printing costs. Why can't we have email notifications? And I know you just switched to the Parent Link, and I do get the Parent Link phone calls where from the district, but from the schools, they don't have the capability of sending those messages out.
No, I have to disagree. I get that from my school constantly, from the assistant principal. Maybe, I know it's a new system and there's been a lot of bugs. I didn't have it for the first, quarter, which was a problem, but it's an upcoming technology, and it is a way to get parents to at least be notified. A lot of the problems in our school district are that parents aren't involved on a daily basis. But a lot of the direction that the school district is going is technology-wise. There's a website that has all kinds of information that will help you teach, and it has sample proficiency tests and all that kind of thing that a lot of parents don't know about, and these are the things that we need to notify them through PTAs and that kind of thing. Middle school gets harder. You have a lot of involvement at the elementary school level, but then when they get into a lot of different teachers, and it gets a lot harder. So as a parent, you have to be more vigilant in communicating with the teachers. And I do email the teachers a lot. Now I get responses generally. If not, I go to the principal. I don't know if that's something you
Yeah, actually, I'm a regular at the school, Camarelli. I'm there quite frequently. If there's, thank God for technology, because if my daughters have a problem, they text message me, and I'll leave work or I'll do whatever, and I'll be at the school and make sure that their issues are taken care of. So they know that I'm an involved parent, so they don't have those issues. But I'm concerned about other students who may not have parents who are more flexible that can do that.
Thank you. Don Wilbert.
Thank you. I actually have two questions, one for Kathy and one for Brandon. My question to you, Kathy, is that I noticed that you're the chairperson of the Henderson Parks and Recreation Citizen Advisory Board. And as a former council member myself, I know that seniority plays a role. You said that you've been on the board for 14 years. And though the Parks and Recreation Board is an important board, there seems to me that there's more important boards, and I was kind of curious why with somebody with your seniority, why you would be on the Parks and Recreation Board. And the second question to you, sir, would be, could you tell me what the budget is for the Henderson Council?
I've actually been on the Parks and Recreation Board for 10 years and been the chairperson for 5 of them. It's something that I'm passionate about. I think it brings kids, it involves the sports, and teaches them teamwork, and I think it's a really good basis in our community to keep youth involved in active activities. Obviously, I have branched out into other, as you see, I've been on Henderson Open Space Advisory Committee and Apple Literacy, and those are opportunities that came from the Parks and Recreation Board. And I think that that's one of the greatest things about Henderson, and so I've been actively involved in that. But as you can see, I am branching out, and I'm running for City Council. Henderson Ward 3.
As far as the budget, I've seen some different numbers to go to different departments, but I don't have them all memorized, so I can.
Do you have an idea what the budget is?
For specifically for what?
For the entire city.
The general fund budget?
Correct.
Um, I don't know for sure what it was. I thought it was around 40-something million. Is that what, I don't know exactly what that is.
Did he answer your question?
40-something million? I'll check. Ballpark. I don't know.
Kathleen, there's about 7 candidates in this race. What makes you better than all of them?
I know the budget. It's $600 million. And I've read the city charter, so I have a background in public administration, not just working for a government entity, but managing a budget at a government entity. My organizational budget for my charity is a multi-million-dollar budget as well, and I have very strong relationships with our state legislators and our county officials and our other elected officials. There are people that you interviewed earlier that have given me campaign contributions, which I proudly list on my website. And so I'm very proud of my accomplishments and feel very confident that I have the credentials and the experience to serve the residents of the city of Henderson very well.
Well, I got a veteran question for you. What would you do to recognize the veterans that are returning back from the war in your city?
Well, I can tell you that my father was a Vietnam veteran, and he died, he killed himself 10 days after he got back when I was 3 years old. And so and this is hard for me to talk about, but the way that the war touches our families, not just the spouses, but the children and our neighbors, we may never really know its impacts, or lifelong impacts that it has or will have or has had on the people in our communities. I would do everything in my power and my ability, I don't know that that would be much, to make sure that the men and women who have served our country in every aspect feel good about their service and are not ridiculed for it, and are proud of what they've done for us.
Would you be willing to set up a committee to meet them at the airport as they come up the plane?
I absolutely would do that.
Well, good luck to all of you, and I wish you guys the best of luck, and good luck to you in your race. Thank you so much.